Every year, TV schedules have the same comedy on them, so it takes some work to shift and discover the good stuff. It requires an even keener eye to spot the excellent science fiction comedies, which are a really rare kind of amusement. Here are our picks for the top 10 sci-fi comedy TV shows you gotta watch. Before we begin, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that post notification bell so you never miss a video. Alright, let's get to it. At number 10, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The sole adaptation of Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy novel series, which is broadcast on BBC Two in 1981, was the acme of comic science fiction. And while the show's style was unmistakably rooted in the era in which it was created, that's a part of the fun. From the wacky visuals of the guide, to Mark Wing, Davey Zaphod, Beeblebrox's hilarious prosthetics, the beautiful lunacy of Adams' words came to life in a voyage through non-stop comedy, due to the impassioned performances of Simon Jones, David Dixon, and Sandra Dickinson. At number 9, Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is one of Adult Swim's most coherent series, despite the fact that the first season's 11 episodes frequently take place in alternate realities, dream sequences, and on distant celestial bodies. It was created by Community's Dan Harmon and actor Justin Roiland, who plays both the massively intoxicated scientist Rick and his affably impressionable grandson Morty. This show is frequently surprising with enough pop culture allusions to offset the wackily warped stories. At number 8, Firefly. Firefly, the only action-packed frontier drama on this list, was a master genre mixer, and with the exception of one episode, each of the 14 episodes managed to pack in as many laughs as stunts. Nothing less would be expected from creator Joss Whedon, who has made a career out of integrating humanized comedy into genre programming. Even Firefly characters got their humorous due, with Nathan Fillion and Adam Baldwin earning most of the harsh chuckles, while Gina Torres and Alan Tudyk could pepper their own characters with couples-based humor. At number 7, Mork and Mindy. Mork and Mindy, starring the always hilarious Robin Williams, was one of the more successful sci-fi comedies of all time, opting to shoehorn an alien personality into a standard sitcom, rather than throwing sitcom tropes at sci-fi setting. Sure, it relied on catchphrases frequently, and its final season was in shambles with the great Jonathan Winters as a big baby, but this Gary Marshall co-creation was anchored by solid jokes, Williams' otherworldly chemistry with co-star Pam Dawber, and his dialogue with his homeworld superior Orson. At number 6, Red Dwarf. It's not often that sci-fi series run for a long time, but the British insta-classic Red Dwarf has been making fans shout with cosmic laughter since 1988. Red Dwarf's enjoyable situational plotlines are bolstered by expertly crafted dialogue and excellent production designs, centered on the motliest of motley crews, including the slovenly Lister, the self-conscious hologram Rimmer, the droll AI Holly, and the adorably obedient Kritten. There was no scenario this crew couldn't handle, from stories involving triplicators, to DNA modifiers, to the discovery of more ships, and the fact that there's always the possibility of more undoubtedly helps keeping the fandom expanding. At number 5, Invader Zim. Invader Zim is possibly the funniest animation that Nickelodeon ever aired, despite the fact that it was cancelled before its second season was completed. It's as close to a coming-of-age narrative about a crazy extraterrestrial school-bound adolescent who wants to destroy Earth as we're ever gonna get. Pretty specific, right? Jonan Vasquez, the creator of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac and Squee, was responsible for most of the show's adult-oriented sensibility. The clumsy Zim, along with his dim-witted bot servant GIR, is continually attempting to establish his dominance over everyone around him, typically involving food, but it always ends in comically disastrous situations. At number 4, The Simpsons. The film begins with the standard 20th Century Fox intro, but with a twist due to Ralph Wiggum. Then, a screen that is purposely smaller than the viewer's screen appears, and an Itchy and Scratchy animation begins to play. Itchy and Scratchy have arrived on the moon. Itchy abandons Scratchy after stabbing him with a flagpole. Back on Earth, Itchy becomes a hero by lying about Scratchy and rises to become president, while Scratchy is still alive and while at his office carrying a sign that says, "I'm telling." Itchy mulls over his options and finally chooses to send hundreds of nuclear missiles at the moon in an accidental nuclear launch. At number 3, Futurama. Even though The Simpsons was nearing the end of its run in 1999, it didn't appear that any other animated series could compete with it. And then there were Fry, Leela, Bender, Zoidberg, the Professor, and the rest of the Planet Express crew to remind us that the Jetsons were far from the pinnacle of science fiction animation. Futurama, a program that mixed brilliant comedy with idiotic characters, frequently brought the appropriate amount of ridiculousness to every science fiction concept in the book, from parallel worlds to time travel to cloning. At number 2, Mystery Science Theater 3000. Despite the fact that story does not play a role in Mystery Science Theater 3000, or possibly because of it, this will undoubtedly remain the funniest sci-fi series till the end of time. MST3K, created by Joel Hodgson, acquired a big cult popularity by making 25 joke a minute fun of B-movies from the past. Even if 15 of those jokes were misses, which was never the case, you still got rapid-fire wit and deep-cut pop culture allusions on a seemingly limitless scale. The fact that there are 197 episodes is still perplexing, and even after it finished, some of the writers and performers produced both the similarly styled riff tracks and cinematic Titanic. At number 1, Hyperdrive. Hyperdrive is a British science fiction sitcom that aired on BBC Two in 2006 and 2007. Her Majesty's ship Camden Lock's objective in 2151 is to persuade alien governments to move their enterprises to Britain. The motley company is made up of incompetent people headed by the similarly useless but well-meaning Commander Henderson. Just go and watch the movie and thank us later. Well guys, that was it for this video. What'd you think? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks so much for making it to the end. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to Film Radar, and ring that bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching.